Hey everyone, this is Well here, and on this video, I'm gonna show you the exact follow-up system that I implement for roofing businesses. So you could be adding an additional 2 to 10 inspections per month just with this follow-up system. Super easy to use. All it requires is the implementation. I'm giving you everything for free. All you have to do is copy me and see you with the video. In a nutshell, this is the follow-up system that we implement for roofing businesses. It already worked for the other industries such as marketing agencies, realtor industries, and other industries for whom I have worked with, but it also worked for roofing businesses as well. Now I'm gonna give full credit to Charlie Morgan, which eventually gave me this follow-up system throughout his program, but I have implemented and it increases conversion rate from junk leads or bad leads from 20 to 30%. So who is this for exactly? So this follow-up system is implemented if we want to book appointments for a person that is a no-show, or if we gather leads that have shown interest for our roofing services but are not calling us back. So for instance, if we run Facebook ads, somebody has filled your form but they did not finish the application, or maybe they did finish it but they're not responding. This is exactly what I use, so you can add an additional 1 to 2 jobs per month. And if we do the math, this could be an additional 10, 20, or even $30,000 per month in revenue. So when the people opt in, so it could be from your website or from Facebook ads, what I eventually do is double dial. The reason why I double dial is because they might be on Do Not Disturb and they may ignore our first call. For example, I may receive a call from a random number. 90% of the time I'm not going to answer. However, if the second they stop calling and they instantly call me back again, I'm going to think, whoa, this might be an important call, and I'm probably going to then answer this call. So this is why we do double dial. As for the 5-10 minutes after opt-in, this is when the leads are the warmest. So if they just signed up for your program or service and they instantly receive a call from you, they're gonna think that you're serious, which is actually what we think, what we need, our customer need to think about us. And what I do during day one is to double dial them again 2 times. Yes, I know for some of you this might sound crazy, this may be a lot, but this is how you get crazy results. You cannot get crazy results if you get a lead and then follow up with them 2 weeks later. Like, it would not make any sense at all. And then the second day, instead of doing 3 double dials, we're only doing 2 double dials. Now you're gonna notice the first 5 days we're double dialing a lot because this is when the leads are the warmest, and this is exactly how the biggest roofing companies add revenues and the smallest are not adding these revenues in place. At the second time we double dial, we add a voicemail and text mail. Now there are different variations you can add to this, it's up to you, but it usually adds like some level of seriousness if we add a voicemail or a text or email so they can see what it is about. And then day three, the same thing, we double dial 2 times, voicemail, text, email. Now you can, for instance, double dial here in the morning and then double dial in the afternoon, right? You don't have to do the double dials in the same hours. It could be in different times. And then day four again, day five, double dial only once with a voicemail. And now we're gonna take a little break, right? Now that's a lot of double dials in there. And we're gonna take a break of 3 days and double dial again, voicemail, text, email, and progressively add the time between the days. So now there was 3 days of difference. Now there are gonna be 6 days of difference. Here we're gonna double dial again, voicemail, day 14, day 30, double dial again, voicemail, text, email. This may sound like a lot, right? But this is exactly how you get a lot of results. You cannot just expect, I guess. Well, I'm gonna talk from my experience because I'm not gonna give advice to anyone. I'm just gonna talk about what has worked and what didn't work for me. When I usually follow up with those people the first days, it's usually how I get the best results, especially in the roofing industry, because in the roofing industry, it's actually an urgent service, right? If they do have a problem with their roof, we're talking about their house, right? It's pretty important.
which makes sense if we actually follow up with them because it is urgent. And if they signed up for what we do, now I'm not asking you to do this in a cold call or an outbound system, but if they did sign up for the service and want to know more about it, we're just trying to help them out. And yeah, that's exactly how that works. And after 30 days, we call them voicemail plus text, the lead once every 30 days. So you're just gonna get back to them once a month. It could be like, hey, a few months ago you signed up for our roofing ads. I just want to let you know that we have X offer and I would like to see if you're interested. Like it depends. It depends on the offer, the service, the location, the type of outbound outreach that works, right? And yeah, this is what we implement for no-shows and the people who have shown interest for our system. And if we book the appointment, that's a bonus by the way. I do send a calendar invite. So the reason why I do this is because if I do send them a calendar invite and they confirm it, they're gonna be most likely to show up, right? So this is assuming they gave you the time and the location. We send the calendar invite, they confirm it, and then we just send them a voicemail with a text saying that hey, our like we're gonna show up at X time and YZ, right? And that's it. You don't have to sell on anything. Just say that you're gonna show up at this time and this location. And 24 hours before the appointment, before you show up, you send a confirmation call, and that's it. And it only applies if the call has been booked 2 days. Like there has been a difference of 2 days between the day you book the appointment and the day you show up. Otherwise, it would not make sense to have two follow-ups the same day. And the day of the appointment, just a text and email saying that you're gonna be here and confirming that you're gonna do the inspection or the roof replacement. It depends on the offer again. And that's it. This is what we implement. As a early startup, I would do it myself first to see how that works. But if you already have a sales team, this would make sense if they do that by their own. And honestly, you should definitely give that to your sales team. This is what I believe. I might be wrong, I might be right. I don't know. But what I know is that you're paying your salespeople to increase the likelihood of closing a deal. And following up with your prospects, you don't have to sell them on every text and email. You can just tell them, oh, how are you doing? How is the family? Or if you have information about them or their Facebook profile, you can just talk about that. You don't have to sell them on every text and email. You can just talk about, I mean, depends on the conversation, of course, but it does not always have to be about the sale. Yeah, so if you're paying your sales team to generate revenues for you, that would make sense to increase the conversion rate of the wasted leads and maximize revenue for your company. This is what I believe would make more sense. If not, no worries. I don't know. I guess you can just, I don't know, scroll on Facebook and blame about your leads, why they're so bad when you just follow up with them like once a week or once a year. I don't know. But this is what I believe works. This has worked in various industries, realtor, marketing agencies, and also roofing. So this would make sense if you implement this. So I hope this was a good video. Now, I don't like being pitched, honestly, but if you want me to see how I can help you grow your roofing business and make your client acquisition system easier, there's a link down below, right? So you can just schedule a quick call and so we can know more about your business and chit chat about it. So that's it for the video, guys, and peace out.